All right, everyone, welcome back to the channel. We're so excited to have you here today because we have something really special lined up for you. Whether you're a seasoned farmer, a passionate gardener, or just someone who loves fresh, homegrown food, this video is going to be packed with valuable information that you won't want to miss. Today, we're diving deep into a topic that's absolutely crucial for anyone who grows plants or even just enjoys eating fresh produce. Soil. Yes, you heard that right, soil. It might not sound glamorous, but trust me, it's the foundation of everything we do here on the farm. Now, before you start thinking this is going to be a dry, boring lecture, let me assure you, it's anything but that. We're going to make this fun, engaging, and most importantly, incredibly useful. So stick around because by the end of this video, you'll have a whole new appreciation for the ground beneath your feet. We're talking about getting your hands dirty, quite literally. Understanding soil is all about knowing what makes your plants thrive and how you can boost your farm's productivity. It's about connecting with the earth and learning the secrets that nature has to offer. Healthy soil is the cornerstone of a successful farm or garden. It's where it all begins. Without good soil, your plants simply can't reach their full potential. They won't be as vibrant, as strong, or as productive. But when you treat your soil well, the rewards are incredible. You'll see amazing harvests with juicy, flavorful vegetables and an abundance of produce that will make all your hard work worthwhile. It's like magic, but it's all about science and care. On the flip side, if you neglect your soil, the results can be pretty disheartening. Your plants will struggle, your yields will be low, and all your efforts might feel like they're going to waste. It's a stark contrast, but it's a reality that many face. The good news is, no matter how much space you have, whether it's a sprawling farm, a cozy backyard garden, or even just a small window box, the principles of healthy soil apply to everyone. This video is for you, no matter your setup. We're going to break down 7 simple, yet highly effective ways to improve your soil's health. These tips are easy to implement and can make a world of difference in your gardening or farming journey. So grab a notebook, get comfortable, and get ready to take some notes. This is important stuff that can transform the way you grow your plants and help you achieve the lush, productive garden or farm you've always dreamed of. Let's get started. First things first, we need to encourage biodiversity. Biodiversity is the variety of life in a particular habitat or ecosystem. It's not just about having a lot of different plants, but also about having a range of insects, microorganisms, and other creatures. This diversity is crucial for the health and resilience of our gardens and farms. Healthy soil is like a good party. You need lots of different guests. Just like a party with a mix of people from different backgrounds, ages, and interests is more lively and interesting, soil with a variety of organisms is more vibrant and productive. These organisms play different roles, from breaking down organic matter to fixing nitrogen and controlling pests. And by guests, I mean bugs, microorganisms, and little critters. These tiny creatures might seem insignificant, but they are the unsung heroes of the soil. Earthworms, for example, aerate the soil and help decompose organic material, turning it into nutrient-rich humus. Microorganisms like bacteria and fungi break down complex organic compounds, making nutrients available to plants. Think of it this way. A party where everyone's the same would be boring, right? The same goes for your soil. If your soil is dominated by just a few types of organisms, it can become unbalanced and less productive. Diversity in the soil food web helps to create a stable and resilient ecosystem that can better withstand stresses like drought, disease, and pests. The same goes for your soil. A diverse soil ecosystem is more efficient at cycling nutrients, breaking down organic matter, and supporting plant growth. It also helps to suppress soil-borne diseases and pests, reducing the need for chemical inputs. Lots of different organisms make a healthy environment. This includes not just the visible creatures like earthworms and insects, but also the microscopic ones like bacteria and fungi. Together, they form a complex web of interactions that support plant health and productivity. So, how do we get this party started? One way is to add organic matter to your soil. Compost, manure, and cover crops are all great sources of organic matter that can help to feed the soil food web. Another way is to minimize soil disturbance. Tilling can disrupt the soil structure and harm beneficial organisms, so try to use no-till or low-till methods whenever possible. One way is to invite helpful insects. Beneficial insects like ladybugs, beetles, and predatory wasps can help to control pest populations. You can attract these insects by planting a variety of flowers and herbs that provide nectar and pollen. You can also create habitats for them, like insect hotels or hedgerows. Ladybugs and beetles are like the bouncers, keeping the bad bugs away. Then we have hedgerows. Hedgerows are rows of shrubs or trees that can provide habitat for a variety of wildlife, including birds, insects, and small mammals. They can also act as windbreaks, reduce soil erosion, and improve water infiltration. Hedges might seem boring, but they're homes for all sorts of wildlife, like birds and bees, which help your plants grow. Birds can help to control insect pests, while bees and other pollinators are essential for the reproduction of many plants. By providing food and shelter for these creatures, you can create a more balanced and productive ecosystem. Finally, don't plant the same thing every year. Crop rotation is a simple but effective way to maintain soil health and reduce pest and disease problems. By rotating different crops, you can break the life cycles of pests and diseases, improve soil fertility, and reduce the need for chemical inputs. That's like going to the same boring party every weekend. Instead, plant different things. This not only helps to keep the soil healthy, but it also makes your garden more interesting and beautiful. You can experiment with different plant combinations and discover new favorites. This keeps the soil healthy and prevents problems. Remember, variety is good. By encouraging biodiversity, you can create a more resilient and productive garden or farm. So, let's get this party started and celebrate the diversity of life in our soils. I know you want to give your plants lots of love, but when it comes to watering, less is more. Overwatering is like making your plants drink too much water. It's bad for them. It washes away important nutrients, the things your plants need to grow strong. Overwatering can also make the soil too wet, and plants need to breathe, just like us. So water deeply, but not too often. Give your plants a big drink instead of little sips all the time. You could even try drip irrigation, which gives water right to the roots. Just like us, plants need a balanced diet. They require a variety of nutrients to grow strong and healthy. Without the right balance, plants can become weak, susceptible to diseases, and less productive. This is why understanding what your plants need is crucial for a thriving garden or farm. And just like you shouldn't eat the same thing every meal, your soil needs different nutrients. Crop rotation and adding organic matter like compost can help replenish the soil. Different plants take different nutrients from the soil, so rotating crops ensures that the soil doesn't get depleted of any one nutrient. Compost adds organic matter, which improves soil structure and fertility. But how do you know what it needs? That's where science helps. Soil testing is a simple yet powerful tool that can provide you with detailed information about the nutrient content and pH level of your soil. By understanding these factors, you can make informed decisions about what to add to your soil to optimize plant growth. Soil testing kits are like blood tests for your soil. They analyze the soil and give you a report on its health. This report can tell you if your soil is lacking in essential nutrients like nitrogen, phosphorus, or potassium. It can also tell you if the pH level is too high or too low, which can affect nutrient availability. They tell you what's going on underneath. Just like a doctor uses blood tests to diagnose health issues, you can use soil tests to diagnose soil health issues. This information is invaluable for making sure your plants get exactly what they need to thrive. These kits are easy to use, and they'll tell you if your soil needs anything. You don't need to be a scientist to use them. Most kits come with simple instructions, and you can get results quickly. Once you know what your soil needs, you can take action to improve it. Then you can add things like fertilizers to help. Fertilizers provide the nutrients that your soil might be lacking. There are many types of fertilizers available, including organic options like compost and manure, as well as synthetic options. The key is to choose the right type of fertilizer based on your soil test results. It's like taking care of a special car. Just as a car needs regular maintenance and the right fuel to run smoothly, your soil needs regular care and the right nutrients to support healthy plant growth. Neglecting your soil can lead to poor plant health and reduced yields. You need the right fuel to keep it running well. Think of fertilizers and soil amendments as the fuel for your soil. By providing the right nutrients, you ensure that your plants have everything they need to grow strong and produce abundant harvests. The same goes for your soil. Healthy soil is the foundation of a successful garden or farm. By using science to understand and care for your soil, you can create an environment where plants can thrive. So remember, a little science goes a long way in helping you grow the best plants possible. Just like we need a blanket to stay warm, our soil needs protection too. That's where cover crops come in. Cover crops are like a green blanket you plant when your other plants are resting. What do? They stop the soil from washing away when it rains or blows away in the wind. They also add good stuff to the soil when you mix them in. It's like giving the soil a yummy meal, and they stop weeds from growing like a little helper in your garden. It might seem good to dig up your soil a lot, like cleaning your house, but digging too much is bad for the soil. It's like breaking up your floor with a jackhammer. It makes it hard for water and air to get through. It can also make the soil wash away. So, what should you do? Try not digging or digging only a little. This means leaving the soil alone as much as possible. Let's talk about organic matter. This is the good stuff that makes your soil happy. It's like a buffet for tiny creatures in the soil. Where do we get this stuff? Compost is great. It's like a super smoothie for your soil. Then there's manure. It might smell a bit, but it's really good for your soil. You can also use leftover plant bits like straw or leaves. Adding organic matter is like giving your soil vitamins. Our last tip is crop rotation. This is like changing your clothes. You wouldn't wear the same thing every day. Planting the same crop every year is bad. It's like eating the same food every day. You get bored. It also uses up the same nutrients in the soil. Crop rotation is like giving your soil a varied diet. For example, planting beans then wheat can help the soil. So, there you have it. 7 ways to make your soil healthy. Remember, this isn't just about growing more food, it's about taking care of the land. By taking care of your soil, you're building a better future. Which tip will you try first? Tell us in the comments and watch our next video. 7 cheap ways to grow lots of food.